Dear friends, in today's class, we are going to discuss the difference between the virtual function and pure virtual function. What is the use of abstract class with different examples? Let's first comes to what is the difference between the virtual function and pure virtual function. Remember, if a function is declared with a virtual keyword and it must have a definition part. But pure virtual function has no definition. It has to be declared as there is no body as the definition equal to 0. If a function name either or may not have a parameter but declare with 0 as assigned with 0, which is known as your pure virtual function. But in virtual function, the function having or may not have a parameter but it must have the definition. Hence, it is known as your virtual function. In one line, we can tell the function which is virtual having a definition part, whereas the function which is a pure virtual function has no definition part. In virtual function, it has no concept of derived class, whereas in pure virtual function, the function that declare the pure virtual function, it must be declared the abstract. Means in other way, we can tell pure virtual function can be termed as an abstract class with the function has no body. If I can define class B is the parent class and the virtual void S is the name of the function, then class D public B means class D is the child class, B is the parent class. It has the function name that is S, user defined. Now I am defining the object of D as the child class object, but then we are declaring the parent class object as pointer type which hold the address of the child class. Then if pointer objects that is B is get called, then parent class is ignored, the child class will be called, that is will display in a derive. If the virtual keyword is removed from here, then even if the child class address store, it will call to the base class. That is the runtime polymorphism we discussed previously. If I can say about pure virtual function as we discussed, a virtual function has no definition, means it is declared with equal to 0, that is known as your pure virtual function, or it might be termed as a abstract class. If I can define with an example, if I declare void function name is S equal to 0, it becomes the pure virtual function having no function body, but that function is redefined in its child class. Void S means here the only declaration, the definition is declared in its child class which is using that S which is termed as a virtual function. Then we are creating the object of the base class B whose object is a pointer type. Then we are creating the object of child class. Now if the child class object address is stored in the base class pointer object, and if that object is gets called, then child class will be called because it is termed as a virtual. Because in virtual, the parent class will be ignored, the child class will be called. If there is no virtual, the child class will be ignored and each time the parent class will be called, as we discussed in runtime polymorphism as the late binding previously. What is abstract class? Remember, a pure virtual function means a function without any body that is defined is equal to 0, that might be termed as a abstract class. Hence, the definition rises, abstract class is a class which contains at least one pure virtual function. Abstract classes are used to provide the interface, because like interface has no function body. Abstract class declares the function having no body, means has no definition. Class inheriting abstract class must provide the information to the virtual function, because if a function is defined as virtual, then it might be termed as a abstract class, because abstract class must contain one of the pure virtual function. If I define an example class base, and this is a pure virtual function as abstract, and I define a derived class which inherit the property of the base class and having the method show, then if the base class object is declared one object and the base class pointer object is declared, then the child class object is declared. If I store in the pointer object of the base class, the child derived class object is stored, then we can call B arrowhead so because pointer object is called with arrowhead operator, then child class will be gets called. Implementation of a virtual function gets called. If the virtual is removed, the parent class will be called. So in today's session, we discuss what is abstract class, how pure virtual function works, and what is the basic difference between the virtual function and pure virtual function. I think today's session is essential to you. You understand. If you like the video, kindly like it. Having any doubt, please make the comment. And if you have not subscribed previously, kindly subscribe it. And thank you. See you in the next class.